What's up, Gila Golfers? Welcome back to our weekly show, episode 9. And this week's episode is all about going down the Funtasy Island. And we're heading to Langkawi. We got a few interesting topics to talk about this week. It's also going to be a bit on attractions and things to do in Langkawi. We also have two entertaining guests on our show this week. Without further ado, I just want to bring in my partner in crime, as always, Mr. Jonathan P. Jono,
Hey, Shano.
welcome back, sir.
How's it?
It's been a week.
Yeah.
Missed you. I've missed
Actually,
you
I
for the
just
week,
I
bro.
just saw you. I just saw you like 10 hours ago, I think.
Yes, sir. So we got an
Uh,
interesting show this week lined up. Something different. It's not going to be fully golf related. We're talking
yep.
about the Fantasy Island of Langkawi.
Hey, Langkawi. Langkawi rocks, man.
Yeah, of course it rocks, bro. If you go there without inviting us, of course it rocks. So tell us a bit about your trip, John. What do you guys do in Langkawi?
Yeah, well, it was a trip for a friend's birthday. But of course, if you're in Langkawi, if you're a golfer, you have to play golf. Because there's some excellent courses there. You have the Els Club, Telok Datai. You have
Okay.
99 East Golf Club, and you got Gunung Raya Golf Club. And so I played all three.
Okay.
99 East is a 9-hole course. It's designed by Ross Watson, which is the same designer as Kota Permai in KL. Horizon Hills in Johor, and it's a superb golf course. Goes up into the mountains. Still 9 holes. The second 9 is a work in progress. Targeted, I think, to finish by maybe late 2021. So once that becomes an 18-hole course, it will be a must-play course as well. Then you
Okay.
have the Els Club, Telok Datai, designed by Ernie Els, one of the award-winning golf course. Must play for sure. Superb views, excellent layout, no bunkers, which is good because I'm terrible in the bunkers. So
So you're playing a course on the
yeah,
island with no bunkers, huh? No
yeah,
sand.
yeah,
Okay,
correct,
interesting.
correct. And then you have Gunung Raya Golf Resort, which is not far from Kuala Town. It's in a valley. It's very scenic, lots of great views of the surrounding mountains. More resorty kind of feel. Some holes are challenging, but a great experience as well. So you have 3 excellent courses to play, and of course Langkawi, apart from its main attraction, which is being a duty-free island, you have the beaches, Chenang, Pantai Tengah, Tanjung Ru. You have the cable car, which is just a must-do, a once-in-a-lifetime, experience, which everybody has to try out. Get up there. They call it the Sky Cap.
Yeah,
Then
and
you
views are
have,
amazing.
yeah, it's just amazing. Unless you're afraid of heights, then that's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's probably one of the best cable car rides up, in the world. And it's very safe.
It is one of the longest.
Yeah.
I heard you fully exploited the duty-free portion of the alcohol. That's what I was told. You want to elaborate on that?
Well, there's a saying: "What happens in Langkawi stays in Langkawi." So, and
Fair
if
enough.
it is, if you're in Langkawi, you just tend to chill. So there's no pressure. The whole environment's so cool, and the vibe's so amazing. It's a good place to go and really unwind. Get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And now, with the international travels not being possible at the moment due to
Yep.
the RMCO, it
Yep.
was actually local tourists, local golfers, and bringing their families to Langkawi. So actually quite crowded. Chenang on, I think it was Friday night when I went to Chenang. It was reasonably crowded, obviously without the international travelers, not as crowded as normal, but it's good to see, some of the outlets doing well, and hopefully more people will start looking at going to Langkawi. I've always said this: Langkawi is a very underrated destination. There's actually a lot to do. It's not
There
just the
is.
beaches. They've excellent restaurants. They've got a vibrant nightlife. Very cool kind of places. By the beach, you can sit down, have a meal, a few drinks with friends. The most amazing sunsets in the world. I think I think we have some pictures of the sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll bring that up. We also want to say hi to our shout outs. There now, Mr. Aizan Singham says hi. There's also a comment from a viewer, Alfred Chong, who says he
Yep.
loves
Hey,
golf
Alfred.
courses without bunkers, right? Because he
Yeah.
doesn't have a sandwich in his bag. He only carries sandwiches, no sandwich. So he likes courses without bunkers. That's nice. We've also got our regular Miss Elizabeth Chrysostom who's watching us on show. She says hi.
Hi, guys.
Okay, so while we're waiting for the sunset shows, want to go on to the episodes, some topics from our news feed today. John, we got
Yep.
news from MGA, we got John Ram. Want to go through some of
Yeah,
that?
I think. Yeah, just right after our last show 2 weeks ago, MJ officially confirmed that golf events are allowed again, but of course subject to protocols and SOPs. Like no prize giving. You can't have that traditional group photo before tee off because social distancing. Obviously, they encourage not to actually have sit down prize giving, so you could possibly do a Facebook Live prize giving at home. Don't touch a
Oh,
flag stick. The usual protocols during the game apply as well. No physical scorecard, so it's good news for event organizers, golf clubs, that tournaments are allowed again. And so we're probably going to see quite a busy last quarter of the year for golf clubs in Malaysia. So good news. Hopefully, and also that also extends to junior events, state amateur opens, not just corporate golf, and professional events, and that's something we're going to talk about later. And the big news: we have a new world number one,
yeah, the
John
leader.
Ram. Yeah,
John Ram, yeah, crazy.
yeah. I think only the second Spanish player to be number one after the legendary Seve Ballesteros.
Yeah,
I think
Savvy.
not even Sergio Garcia, was number one. I think he went up as high as number two.
Two,
So, and
yes, Sergio's
the
number
thing,
two.
yeah, Tun was number two, but never managed to get to the number one spot. So it's an amazing achievement for Ram. He took over the spot from Rory. He's still young. I think Ram's 24. I think. So it'd be interesting to see how Rory reacts to his top spot being taken over by Ram, and if he ups his his performance in the next few events. But a great player, a great guy. He's played in Malaysia a
But
few times.
it's also interesting, right? All these young players now coming in, competing for the number one spot. They've revolutionized golf. John Ram, we got all the
Yeah,
big boys. So the number one spot is no more secured, no more monopolized like it used to be, right? Now we've got a
yeah,
lot of improved players coming in along the ranks. We've got a lot of players who use the MCO period to bulk themselves up and, again,
yeah.
push their games to the different level. Right, so it's good for the sport, I guess, right? Especially now the spectators have to stay at home, so this kind of
Yeah,
healthy competition keeps the interest going. Correct?
yeah. I think it's good. It's kind of rivalry to actually take the focus away from that certain Tiger Woods. Obviously, Tiger's still the biggest crowd puller, but golf's not just about one player. It's about a lot of players, and it's good to see youngsters like John Ram and Colin Morikawa. Just won as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, going to be interesting to see how the so-called older generation, who are still quite young as well, like Justin Thomas and Rory, react to people like
Correct.
Ram.
They're gonna, yeah. How
Yeah,
they gonna keep up,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And see if they're
yeah.
gonna do Bryson DeChambeau and come out all bulked up and adding yardies to their drives, kind of thing, right?
Correct,
Let's see.
correct.
Let's see. All right. What about our local golfers? We got Gavin and Kelly preparing
Mm.
to go back on tour.
Yeah, but before that, as we spoke about earlier, golf events are back and professional events are back. And the big news that really all professional golfers in Malaysia have been waiting for is that the PGM Tour has said they're going to return in September. So that's a big thing, So at least our players have somewhere to play, while the regional tours like the Asian Tour and all are still planning how they are going to come back. So it's going to be spectatorless. There's going to be protocols in place. Exactly how, we're not quite sure yet. And so, but I'm sure the guys at the PGM Tour are working very hard. And yeah, it's good to see local events starting again, and our players having a place to play.
Events is going to also impact sponsorship amounts. Do you think? What do you think? Do you
I
think it's
don't
going to
think
be
so. I think because the sponsors, there's obviously TV. You can use social media, and so on ground spectators has never really been big on the local tour anyway. So it's not going to be. They're also going to restrict the number of people involved, like the officials, the players. You can't go there with the whole entourage. So it'll be interesting to see how the local tour manages that. But there's a lot of precedent. Like the PGA Tour, you can always learn from what they're doing in the US and Europe. So yeah, good. Looking forward to it. Good for our players. Finally get to earn some money and
yep.
dust
Rest
off
of
the
the
rust. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and following on from that, our two top players, Gavin Green, the men's number one, and Kelly Tan, our ladies number one, are going back on tour. Gavin's going to travel to the UK. I think he's leaving Saturday. He had to go through a COVID-19 test today, to adhere to the protocols of the European Tour. He's going to go there for the UK swing. He's missed 2 events already, so, but because he doesn't want to be there too long. But there's still a few things that, like quarantine issues, if you want to travel out of the UK. But he's definitely playing the first one, which is the third event, the English Championship at Hanbury Manor. So his name is in the entry list. So good luck to Gavin. It'd be good to see him out there. And we spoke to him yesterday, and he said he's sitting it even longer now, which is
Crazy.
scary actually. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
And Kelly, as you know, plays on the LPGA Tour, which has been suspended for the good part of this COVID-19 pandemic. So tour's returning next week, and Kelly's playing in the LPGA Drive On Championship in Ohio. She's been doing quite a bit of work with the coach, Gary Gilchrist, working on the swing, getting the rust out. But Kelly's spent a lot of time the off season working on a physical, on a physique and strength. So hopefully she gets longer as well, and is able to get in some good finishes and make the most of what is left of the season.
Of the year. Yeah, we're wishing them all the best from all of us in ParGolf and Gila Golfers. Hoping they come back with some good numbers. Now, let's bring in our guest for the day.
No, I think before that, I think we've got some Langkawi pictures to show from my trip. Yeah.
Yes, the trip that you didn't invite us on. Yeah, let's show up. Let's show up now. Let's have a look.
Okay, so like I said, I played 3 courses. Started off in 99 East, which is not as well known as perhaps the other 2. But it's been around for a while. It's a beautiful layout. That's the Fat Frog restaurant, which is doubles up as a clubhouse. Like I said, the second 9 is a work in progress, so the clubhouse is also not built yet. But it's an amazing experience. Beautiful views, superb condition. Challenging layout, and it goes up into the mountains, as you can see, so you get great views of the island. And that's Monty, who's like the resident mascot at the Fat Frog. Yeah, he's deep. Yeah, so, and this is the Els Club, Teluk Datai. Must play in Langkawi, one of the best courses in the world, award-winning, it's won numerous awards, World Golf Awards, Asia Pacific Awards. That's a clubhouse. Superb experience. Good deals at the moment because of the RMCO and without international players. So it's a good time to head to Langkawi to play. You have not as much traffic, and that's Gunung Raya, which is closer to Kuala Town. Beautiful setting as well, in the middle of a valley. Very resorty kind of course. Some tough holes like this par 3, which is number 11. In fact, all 3 courses, you have buggy on the fairway, which is amazing. Just testament. And this is Langkawi Skycap, the cable car, which is a must-do experience, unless you're afraid of heights. Just amazing, the views. This is a sunset cruise, which if you have time, I would recommend to everyone. Hop on a yacht, take the yacht out to the outlying islands, have dinner, and watch the sun go down. I mean, it's just breathtaking. And this is Langkawi has the best sunsets in the world, if you ask me. This is Tanjung Ru. If you're lucky with the weather, you'll get amazing sunsets. You can have dinner, watch the sun go down, have a few drinks with your friends, just chill. I mean, it's
Very
just
nice.
amazing.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. So next trip.
So you're saying about the sunset cruise? What are we looking at roughly in terms of the costings? Do you have a ballpark?
I think depends on the size of your group. So you can either charter the whole yacht or just hop on. If I'm not mistaken, it's for about 100 ringgit. I think you can get on.
Oh, that's quite reasonable.
Purpose. Yeah, it is actually.
Okay. What does it come along with? What does it entail? Just a cruise out, or they have some refreshments on board?
Cruise out, no, that's the good thing. Dinner is provided, and crucially, free flow of alcohol.
Again, we're talking about alcohol.
Right? But just
what happened to you?
Just make sure you don't fall off the boat.
That's gonna be difficult. I hope they got some life vests. Interesting, man.
Yeah, so you can get out to the duty free shops, bring your own champagne or whiskey on board. It's really, really amazing. Must do.
Understood. Definitely gonna head out there. You are not allowed to go there again without us, okay, John? That's what partners are not supposed to do. Leave us behind. Okay, so we're bringing our two guests for the day.
Yep. Let's get them on.
So we have Mr. Aaron Johnston, Director of Golf at Els Club Teluk Datai. Hi, Aaron, and I've got Mr. Isa, General Manager of Resorts World Langkawi.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Zach.
Hi, Aaron. Hi.
Hi, Zach.
How are you guys? I heard it's been raining in Langkawi recently.
Yeah.
Well, it's rain at night, actually.
Okay. So I was pretty lucky when I was there last week, right? With the weather.
Yeah, Langkawi already misses you, Jonathan. That's why it's raining.
Tears of joy. Jonathan's gone back to KL.
Yeah. I'm actually planning another trip in September, so yeah, watch out, guys.
We are, John. We are.
I'm coming back.
Let's talk.
Nice to hear.
All right, guys. Let's talk about John. You want to go through some things with them on the courses?
Yeah. So perhaps for the benefit of viewers, who don't know Aaron and Isaac, perhaps starting with Aaron, perhaps tell us a bit about yourself. How you started in golf club management, how long you've been at the Els Club, and so on.
Yeah, sure. So I originate from Perth in Western Australia, where I did my time as a PGA golf professional. Yeah, attached to another famous golf course called Joondalup Golf and Country Club. So probably a lot of Malaysians have been across that way, and the viewers have been to Perth and played Joondalup. And then I left Australia about the age of 25 and moved overseas. Spent a little bit of time in Singapore before moving to Brunei, Jerusalem, where I looked after a course there called Royal Brunei Airlines Golf and Country Club. And then I was there for about 8.5 years before moving in that area, that region, across to Kota Kinabalu in Sabah, looking after a golf course there, which is also well known on the east coast of Malaysia, Dalal Bay Golf and Country Club by the Shangri-La Group. And I was there for about 9.5 years, with Dalal Bay, really nice golf course. And I moved to Langkawi July 2018. So 2 years now in Langkawi for the Els Club Teluk Datai.
So that's 11 years in Malaysia.
Yeah, long time in Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 years plus in Asia now. So I'm adopted.
Quite. So you're very Malaysian lah.
Yeah, very lah.
A little. Okay, thanks, Aaron. What about sikit lah? Okay, bah.
Okay.
Anyway, what about Isaac? Isaac, you've been in the hotel industry, I think, for a long time as well.
Well, for me, hospitality, I mean, especially hotels, is my forte. Not so much involved in managing golf courses. But that last before I came to Langkawi, I'm here only about a year. I came in April last year to manage these resorts for Langkawi. But prior to that, I was at the Awana Genting, the hotel with the golf course. So that is where I used to manage the golf course. Prior to that, I used to work in Cambodia, Thailand, and also in China. I'm myself a golfer.
Okay. What's your handicap?
It's always 24.
Yeah, right. Not when I played.
Is the Ponniah handicap?
Depends what's on the table, you know.
Not when I played with you last week. You had a birdie. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, 24 handicappers don't get birdies.
That's luck.
Yeah, luck.
Then they'll tell you it's luck. They'll tell you it's luck. They get the birdie, then tell you it's luck.
Okay, thanks guys for introducing yourselves. We've got two very experienced gentlemen here. So moving back to Aaron, obviously people know about the Els Club Teluk Datai, but in your opinion, what makes it such a special place?
I mean, for the Els Club Teluk Datai, first and foremost, it has to be the scenery. It's such a breathtaking scenic golf course. And when you talk to guests after the round, whether they played good or played bad, that's the first thing that they mention. Views of Majinchang Mountain and then down to the Andaman Sea, those particular things. Of course, they bring out the fact that it's bunkerless, which I heard you mention earlier on. So that benefits those people that don't like to bring their sandwich, of course. But and Troon, it's a property that's managed by Troon Golf International. So we pride ourselves, obviously, on providing the best golf experience for all our guests from a playability point of view, year-round condition of the golf course and things like that. But look at that picture. I mean, how beautiful a view is that? Yeah.
And that actually shows hole number 7. The greens are being renovated at the moment, right? Hole 7,
that's
5,
correct.
and 17.
So it's we're doing some work actually resurfacing these. We call it 3 greens, but 5 and 17 is actually a joint green, and the 7th is the one behind there where the palm trees are. But we've had some of the greens grass, which is a zoysia matrella mix, getting into the Tiff Eagle, and it's been there for a while now, and obviously just haven't had the time to get to it. And I suppose a positive out of the current situation that everyone's going through at the moment in the world, with playability down, it's given us the opportunity to resurface these greens and get them back to pure Tiff Eagle before the peak season at the end of the year, and the international market starts to come back as well.
Okay, that's good to hear. Making a good thing better.
Well, exactly. Making something positive out of the current situation, for sure.
And that's the Ernie Els there, his little wall of fame at the clubhouse. Yeah, great.
You sure that's not you holding that British Open Cup over there, Jonathan?
No, this is what I hold.
That's the Carlsberg Cup.
Okay, thanks, Aaron, for that. Isaac, you've been with Resorts World Langkawi for a year now. Tell us a bit more about the resort. I think it was recently renovated and refurbished as well. Right?
Well, most of the rooms, yes, is renovated. About 100 over rooms, half of the hotel. The unique things about Resorts World Langkawi is that the view, that the resorts that has a million view. There's no views that you can get in Langkawi from our infinity pool. We have 2 pools. We have a family pool and also infinity pool. And the only pool in Langkawi that closed at 12 midnight, that is our infinity pool. And then with the new F&B outlets, we have just near the infinity pool, the soft shack bar, the games room with 2 pool tables, ping pong, futsal, and then you can football. Then you can watch sports at the games room, and also we have latest in our property F&B Chinga Chinga Pizzeria, where we produce best pizza in Langkawi, and also pastas. But and we I think we the only resort that serve how to say have happy hours through the whole day.
Yeah, I know.
That's our soft shell bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
place to chill.
Yeah, and then also the sunrise in the morning.
That's me.
Yeah, sunrise, and in fact, we can say that this resort, I mean, resort for Langkawi, that's sunrise. It's like a one-stop center. Sea sports activities like cruise, sunset cruise, island hopping, because we have our own marinas. It starts from this resort. Yeah.
And you're close to Chenang as well. You're close to Chenang as well.
We are only 10 minutes to Chenang, and then we provide shuttle service, scheduled shuttle service every day.
Yeah, it's a good place. Not far from Kwa as well. Maybe 40 minutes from the House Club, I think, to get to the House Club. Half an hour to 40 minutes.
About 40 minutes, yes.
About that.
Yeah, and Gunung Raya, 25. 99 is 15-20 minutes, I think, just close. Yeah, so good place for golfers to base themselves.
It's a small island, right? Yeah, and it's also easily accessible.
But and if anyone's traveling on their own, any golfers traveling on their own, Isaac will always join you for a round of golf. Like he did it. But a word of advice: please ask for strokes.
You kidding me?
Okay. Anyway, I was talking about Langkawi and what a great place it is. Very underrated. But okay, we'll start with Aaron. What duty-free status aside, what do you think are the main things that make Langkawi so special?
I think most people are coming to get away from the hustle and bustle, probably of their city life. Coming to a tropical island, chilling out and relaxing. You got the best of everything here. You've got the beach area. You can look up to the mountains, Machin Chang. There's other things to do as well. Adventure, if you want to do all those adventure activities, whether it's down by the beach with the jet skiing and the parasailing and stuff. But relaxing, to get away. Langkawi, when people come to Langkawi, they really do chill out and enjoy the laid-back lifestyle of the Langkawians.
I know that. Sure. I know that feeling. Chill out.
You look relaxed after being here.
Chill out until you pass out. Yeah, that's my motto. Anyway, Isaac.
Correct.
What about you? What do you think makes Langkawi such an amazing place for holiday?
Well, I mean, in Langkawi have everything. I mean, you name it. Sea, sun, sand, the mountain. Well, of course, with the 3 golf courses, activities. In fact, to come to Langkawi just for 2 nights will not be enough. You play one game of golf, and then if you need to play 3 golf courses, then it takes you maybe 2 days. And you can do sunset cruise, as mentioned earlier. Sunset cruise, island hopping. There's so much to discover in Langkawi. Langkawi have about 99 islands. So, well, I mean, the only developed islands, just a few, like Pulau Paya. Pulau Paya, you can go there for scuba diving. And then if you want to go to a mountain, like you can even climb to 7 wells. I don't know whether Aaron is very near to there. I'm not sure whether he's done that before. So much to offer here. The people who like adventurous, people who like adventures, Langkawi is the place. How to say, parasailing, jet ski, just name it. Yeah, everything.
Name it, Langkawi has it.
Yes.
Yeah. But Aaron, if you had to advise someone, like choose like a couple of things to do that you must do in Langkawi, what would you advise if time is an issue?
Play golf.
Yeah, of course.
At least play golf. Yeah. Yeah, definitely play golf. Take advantage of that while you can. For me, look, I like adventure. So you've got zip lining here. There's one company called Ungawa that does a very good experience of zip lining. Go-karting. There's a great go-karting track, which is just near the airport down from me. And that's probably me there. That's a picture of me. But yeah, go-karting. So, that's great fun. Come across with your family. They really do a great job at that track, and it's a pretty. I think it's an international sort of circuit where they do some races. They've done some races there before, some around the region. So, yeah, definitely. And you mentioned Pulapaya. I mean, I dive a lot, so I've been across there and I've done the diving. So it's a seasonal thing, but great experience for a day trip to go across there. Yeah.
What about food? Do you have any favorite restaurants that you think people must try while in Langkawi?
I mean, seafood's always popular. Yeah, seafood's always popular. So down Pantai Chenang area, Orchid Ria is a famous seafood restaurant that lots of people go to. Nearby there is also Thursday Bar, which has that sort of bar food and drinks by the beach. This place, a couple of places I go to from a Western point of view to get my Western food would be Mangoes, and another one is Coco's. They have good roast meals, and a lot of people tend to go to those places as well. They're sort of like my Sunday meal. Sunday meals.
All those restaurants are in Chenang. Mangoes and Coco's in Chenang as well.
Mangoes and Coco's, well, Mangoes is a little bit out past the airport, yeah, and then Coco's is sort of halfway between Kwa and the airport. On that side, towards 99 East is where Coco's is, not too far down from 99 East, yeah, but very popular. Search it, find it, yeah, make sure you do a booking, otherwise you'll be disappointed.
Okay. Isaac, what about local food, or jalan?
Local, of course, Malaysia always famous with all those local food, I mean, we talk about Langkawi, Kedah itself. Here, the famous one is laksa ikan sekor. Ikan sekor means one whole fish. Asa ikan sekor, and also the oxtail asam pedas.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And there's a few more like gulai panas, and then the fried chicken, the way they fried them are very different here.
Okay.
Very simple, but it's very, very tasty and crispy.
Okay. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, the pictures look good, man. Pictures look too good. Don't stop showing us the beer, John. The producer only gave me iced lemon tea. Okay?
Cheers.
I'm surprised you got beer. Bro.
Water.
Yeah, water better.
So that's Langkawi as a family destination. Obviously, great place to go. Something for everyone in the family to do and experience. But what about as a golfing destination in itself? With now 3 golf courses there. Obviously, 99 is still just 9 holes, but hopefully 18 soon. What do you think, Aaron? What do you think will it take for Langkawi to rival the likes of Phuket and Da Nang, in Thailand and Vietnam, as a golfing destination?
Yeah. Besides the nightlife,
it's a good question.
We know about the nightlife.
Yeah. Yeah, well, can't compete with that, right? But, it's a good question, Jonathan. I mean, Langkawi, I think, to be a golfing destination, we're all pushing for 99 East to become an 18-hole golf course. Then we can really get together and market. All 3 golf courses offer different playing experiences. And then to attract, be like a Phuket or a Da Nang, I think it's, the golf courses looking at their services and their standards and looking at what level they want to get to. Obviously, benchmarking of what happens in Thailand, as well as Vietnam as well. Yeah, but the collaboration definitely with resorts, hotels. We've got fabulous resorts and hotels in Langkawi, and it's those stay and play experiences, combination with the golf. What sort of packages we put together for these people that are coming for golf tourism, and also looking at the transportation. Accessibility to dropping off to the golf course, being picked up. All those sort of services get packaged to making a destination very good for its golf. I mean, look, the golf courses here are not super busy, and that's a draw card, for people to come across. They're not jam-packed. The experiences are fantastic at all golf courses. And as I said, it's a very scenic island, So to compete with Vietnam and Thailand, I think we can definitely compete for sure.
Okay. Isaac, what do you think? Being a golfer yourself, do you think Langkawi has what it takes to become a real full-fledged golfing destination for international travelers?
Well, there's no doubt about that. But currently, if you want to compare Langkawi with, like, say, Phuket and Da Nang, the only thing different is that I think, Aaron, we need more caddies here. The courses. This is the, I think, and also
that's a good point.
No, the pricing.
I didn't want to go down that road.
No, I mean, as a golfer, as a golfer, the feedback from our guests, the hotel guests, the prices still quite on the high side for Langkawi, with the facilities that we have. Well, anyway, for us, of course, for Resorts World Langkawi, we do offer golf packages with transfers and things like that. So make convenience for people.
So your packages are tied up with all three clubs?
We tied up. We tied up with Els Club and Gunung Raya.
Okay, and probably 99 is in the future.
Yes.
Okay, good to hear that. Anyway, Aaron, with the RMCO, obviously without international travelers, but when I was at the Els Club, you were actually quite packed. So
yes,
traffic has been pretty good. Traffic has been pretty good this month.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, we opened up on the 7th of May. Again, mainly to Langkawi golfers, and then through June, the first couple of weeks of June were relatively slow, and the second 2 weeks of June, after we had the RMCO, then things started to open up, definitely, and we saw an increase in the rounds of golf. But July for us has been extremely positive, and we're forecasting for the same thing to come in August and September. We're seeing new faces coming to Langkawi, whether it's expats or other local people coming across, having staycations, haven't been to Langkawi before, normally taking holidays, maybe to Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, and now doing it locally. And even talking about coming back, in the next couple of months. So that's really positive.
Yeah, I'm coming back in September.
I've booked your slot already.
Okay.
And stay with Resorts World, yeah?
For sure. Speaking about Resorts World, Isaac, how's the occupancy been, since the travel is possible again?
Well, I mean, current situation is only weekend business, and also when there is a public holidays. And but during the weekdays, if we have MICE group seminar meetings, then it's good. The occupancy is better than any other weekdays. I think its business is picking up gradually. The only thing is that I think this is everybody knew about that. The airfares is still very it's quite expensive still, actually, and also there's still people who have phobia of flying now.
Okay.
Even though during this RMCO. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking about mice, you mentioned mice. So now with
Yes.
it not being possible to travel overseas, a lot of companies used to do their mice events in overseas in Phuket, in Thailand, or
Yeah,
Indonesia.
yeah.
So now that that's not possible, do you think the mice market will pick up for hotels, local hotels?
Hotels, local hotels overall, yes. But for Langkawi, it's a bit mean because of the there's only two ways to come to Langkawi. Either you fly in or you take ferries.
Can swim.
So yeah, swim, yes, why not? So where there is market mice that
Yeah.
comes to Langkawi, even from Kuala Lumpur. Basically, current customers is domestic, as everybody know. Not only from Kuala Lumpur but also from Penang, Kedah, northern states. Yeah.
It's good to hear. Hopefully, international travel starts again soon. So you can see Langkawi bustling like it used to be.
I think everybody are looking for that. Looking forward.
Yeah. Aaron, golf tournaments now being permitted to take place again. That must be good news for golf clubs. You think similarly to what I asked Isaac. Now that a lot of the corporate events, they have their grand finals overseas. Now that they can't do that, do you think they'll start looking at maybe having their grand final in Langkawi or KK so on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the past, we've definitely hosted some grand finals here, some BMW championships and things like that. And like you say, sometimes these events have been taken to other destinations in Southeast Asia for their grand finals. But the opportunity now is there for these event organisers to look within the domestic market. Langkawi definitely is a prime destination for these sort of grand final events, opportunity for people to get away. Take advantage of the resort and hotel offers that they've got in place. Bring the family across as well if you want to. But tournaments are very important for all golf clubs, so it definitely helps us drive our volume. Supportive of all other departments, be it the F&B or the pro shop, those sort of things, and just drives rounds, whether it's the pre and post rounds, practice rounds, people coming across for the first time, or the extra game after they play to try and make up for maybe the bad score they had in the tournament. But look, definitely looking for and Langkawi is a prime destination for these sort of grand final events for any tournament organizer.
Any tournaments confirmed later part of this year? I think there have been some discussions with event organizers.
Yeah, there's been some discussions. I think everybody's just sort of holding on at the moment just to see how things travel. Mm-hmm. But we're here, we're open, business is good, and more than happy to discuss with any organisers for tournaments coming up in the future or in 2021, early 2021, definitely.
Okay. Question for both gentlemen. Moving forward, obviously there's been an influx of local travelers coming into Langkawi. Do you think that this will continue now that, like Aaron mentioned, there's people coming there who've never been to Langkawi before? So now that they've experienced Langkawi, they experienced the island, the golf, do you think that this will continue to grow? And do you think that golf and the hospitality industry should capitalize on this?
Well, as I said earlier, I mean, to spend 2 nights in Langkawi is not enough. I'm sure people will come back to do something else. If they try sea sports this time, next time they will come back for another activities. There's so much to offer in Langkawi, actually. So much. Everything is here. Yeah. Not only golfing and hotels.
I mean, I think there might be a reluctance for people to travel overseas, so I think people will still keep looking local for their holidays, for their,
Yeah, I'm sure. You see, like for you, since I'm in Langkawi, you're already here for 3 times.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And then you're coming back in September.
Can't remember much. Can't remember much of the earlier trips, but yeah, I think it was 3.
Langkawi has their own charm.
Yeah. It's a mystical island. There's something very mystical.
Yes, you can check out, but you cannot leave.
Yeah.
No, Jonathan, I definitely think what the positive things that have happened in July and the way we see the business pick up, like you said, down in Pantai Chenang, it's getting busy. I mean, it's actually great to see the domestic support, the local people coming across, getting across for the staycation. Yeah, it's primarily weekend stuff, as Isaac was saying. We're seeing an influx of people on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they sort of go back Monday. They can stay a little bit longer. But as I said, I'm hearing people looking to come back and repeat. I'll be back next month, or I'm going to be back in a couple of months' time. And again, taking advantage of the fact that the borders are open, right? International's not, but the regional, interstate borders, people can move around. So come across to Langkawi. Yeah, it's a great place and lots to do. And as Isaac said, you'll fall in love and you'll want to keep coming back.
Yeah. So compared to KK, what's very different about Langkawi? You were in KK for a long time. Cheap booze aside.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I mean, for Langkawi, look, there's similar places. Yeah, similar places in what it offers. There's that adventure type of side of things. Both places offer that. Yeah. So I mean, KK has Mount Kinabalu here for us. Obviously, you can go up Machinchang if you want to, but accessibility, it's a lot closer to come across to Langkawi than what it is KK. It's just it's an hour flight. Beaches, nice beaches at both places. Bar nightlife. Definitely, I think probably KK has the waterfront bar area is quite popular there, but Pantai Chenang is coming back definitely with places opening up. But both great destinations. It just depends on your time, which way you want to fly, East Coast, or whether you want to hop on a plane and come an hour across to Langkawi for a quick getaway. Yeah,
Isaac, what do you think? Langkawi. What really makes it stand out? So you were the Genting for some time as well. Langkawi is really different from Genting. Right?
Well, different. I mean, there's the weather.
Yeah.
Definitely the weather up in Genting is like how to say winter, average 23 degree here. Sometimes they go up to 40 like summer. Yeah, I mean. Something that I think, it's too bad that the border is still closed. Otherwise, it's always a consistent business in Langkawi throughout the year, except for 3 months, which is the low season, rainy season, 2 months of rainy season, and during the fasting months. Otherwise, Langkawi is always busy. Yeah.
Okay, we're down to our last question, which is kind of a tricky question, So if there's one thing that you think should happen in Langkawi to elevate the tourist experience, what would that be, Aaron? Just one thing.
You keep throwing me first. Just look after the environment. I think. Look after the environment, Ishak. We're on an island. People come to an island. They want it to be tropical, clean, and all these sort of things. And this is something that we're all looking to do in the world, right? Yeah, plastic free. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, environmentally friendly. Yeah, that's a good point. Isaac,
Correct.
What do you think? If there's one thing you want to see.
Well, I mean, we do have sustainability groups here in Langkawi who take care of the environment. But of course, from my point of view, if you talk about tourism, I think they should have a bit more events in Langkawi, like music festival and things like that.
That's a good point. Like something like the rainforest,
Something like that. Yeah.
And
well, they do have sports here. I mean, they organize. They have tournaments like sports and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that they have a music festival since I'm here.
Not they have that big rave party on the beach on New Year's Eve, right? Every year on Chenang.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Langkawi, amazing destination. Thanks, gentlemen, for being on the show and shedding more light on what there is to do and experience in Langkawi. I'm going back again to those who.
Yeah. Can I say something? Sorry. Sorry, John.
Yes,
One thing. Talking about Resorts World Langkawi, yeah. Resort World Langkawi, also formerly known as Awana Putumalai, for those people, for the listeners who's not familiar, because sometimes people thought that there's a Genting in Langkawi, but we've been here for 22 years, but known as Awana Putumalai.
Correct. And the Else Club as well used to be Datai Bay Golf Club.
Yes.
Correct.
Which was built probably about 20 years ago, I think, as well. And redesigned by Ernie about 2014, I think. The massive renovation and redesign. Yeah. So great. Thanks again, gentlemen, for being on the show. It's been a blast. To all our listeners out there, go Langkawi. It's a great place. Whether you're a golfer, non-golfer, there's just something for everyone. And of course, cheap booze.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Ishak. See you guys. See you, Aaron.
I'll see you in September.
Okay.
See ya.
I've got your booking. Take care.